a decade ago, a man's fantasy became reality in a form never seen before. Kitchen Stadium, a giant cooking arena. The motivation for spending his fortune to create Kitchen Stadium was to encounter new original cuisines, which could be called true artistic creations. On it, cuisine! To realize his dream, he started choosing the top chefs of various styles of cooking. And he named his men the Iron Chefs, the invincible men of culinary skills. Iron Chef Japanese is Rokusaburo Michiba. Iron Chef French is Hiroyuki Sakai. Iron Chef Chinese is Chen Kenichi. And Masahiko Kobe is Iron Chef Italian. Kitchen Stadium is the arena where Iron Chefs await the challenges of master chefs from all over the world. Both the Iron Chef and Challenger have 1 hour to tackle the theme ingredient of the day, using all their senses, skills, creativity. They're to prepare artistic dishes never tasted before. And if ever a challenger wins over the Iron Chef, he or she will gain the people's ovation and fame forever. Every battle, reputations are on the line in Kitchen Stadium, where master chefs pit their artistic creations against each other. What inspiration will today's challenger bring? And how will the Iron Chef fight back? The heat will be on!
If my memory serves me correctly, almost 10 years ago, a top Italian cuisine chef got himself in an accident and suddenly disappeared from the field of cooking. Some called him a genius, and everyone assumed his bright future was assured. But we had lost track of him until recently I heard on the grapevine he's at a small restaurant in the outskirts of Tokyo. That legendary Italian chef is the challenger for today. His name, Hiromi Yamada. Yamada's first encounter with cooking goes back to his elementary school days. Because both his parents had to work, he was responsible for preparing the evening's dinner. At the age of 18, he entered the arena of pros, and by the age of 25, he was head chef of Vis-a-Vis in Aoyama. Then, at 28, he took off to Italy. Upon his return to Japan, he started to become a big name. He opened his own place in Harajuku, a spot with an open kitchen called Basta Pasta. This quickly became the talk of the town. Every day, the place was packed with over 300 customers, and there was always a queue. And it was no wonder, considering his extraordinary creativity. For example, cold pasta, which is now common, was one thing Yamada invented. He even added Japanese seasonal touches using cherry blossom and other delicacies. And at 35 years old, he went on to open the great Vinocchio in Nishiazabu. By now, he had become something of a celebrity, a $2 million home, flashy foreign cars, and living the life of the rich and famous.
It was probably just luck, good timing, and I guess you call it luck. Everything was going well, you know, just as planned.
But suddenly his destiny took a sharp turn. In October 1991, Yamada was speeding and crashed his car into a barrier, killing a pedestrian and a friend in the back seat, as well as injuring others. This serious accident left him in massive debt, even after selling off his luxurious home and all his other assets.
I had no room to worry about my career. You know, 2 people had died.
After the accident, Yamada instantly vanished from the circle of top chefs. He drifted from place to place, evading the scandal. And in August 1993, after paying off all his liabilities, he managed to open a small place. He concentrates on preparing good food that can be appreciated from his small kitchen. Things are dramatically different. He lives in a tiny one-room apartment, but he's realized that cooking is his life. Yamada is no longer basking in stardom, but I'd hate to waste his special talents, and so that's why I chose him for today. Now, Yamada, you're in the public eye once more. Can you regain your reputation as a top chef?
Well, I guess I have to make a decision here, huh? I know I can't be depressed or the rest of my life. No one's gonna like that. Well, cooking is my life.
A bit subdued, the atmosphere today. A man considered a genius chef attempting to make a fresh start with his appearance here in Kitchen Stadium. And with us, Mayuko Takata and Dr. Yukio Hattori.
Good
to have you.
Pleasure.
Takata-san,
Yes.
Continue to guide me, okay?
No, I'm going to be serious today.
As always, okay. And Doc, you put up a good fight last time.
Well, thank you very much, and I'm going to be serious too.
All right. And now let's bring him on, Chairman Kaga.
罪を憎んで料理を憎まず。もし3年前のあの事故がなかったならば、彼は間違いなくイタリア料理界の頂点に立っていたでしょう。しかし今なおその料理の腕前は前と変わらないはず。もう一度彼に光を当ててみようではありませんか。皆さん大きな拍手でお迎えください。幻のイタリアンシェフ山田博美。
And now, challenger Yamada with the final steps into the stadium, the first steps in his comeback, which begins in earnest today.
よく来てくれました。今日はあなたの弟子、そして仲間、そして娘さんがあなたの舞台の復帰を見守っています。今日あなたが作る料理、非常に楽しみにしています。それでは我が美食アカデミーが誇る3人の鉄人を登場させましょう。よみがえるがいいアイアンシェフ。
In the ethereal atmosphere of Kitchen Stadium, ascending to assume their rightful places in it, are the men who've laid down their knives on this cooking field of battle, the pride of the Gourmet Academy, your Iron Chefs. Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi, Iron Chef French Hiroyuki Sakai, and Iron Chef Japanese Rokusaburo Michiba. They stand the invincible men of culinary skills.
さあ、誰と戦う？
Chen-san, please.
And so it'll be. Chen Kenichi, chosen by Yamada. Chen, the Iron Chef Chinese, son of the god of Szechuan cooking, and well on his way to creating a legacy of his own. The Szechuan sage, with his fiery creations, puts the heat on the opposition and always has a trick or two up his sleeve. But today, facing a man with nothing to lose.
挑戦者に初めて会った時、芯の通った人間だという印象を受けました。そこで私は今日のテーマを思いついたのです。今が旬で芯のある野菜といえば、それでは発表します。今日のテーマはこれです。今日のテーマはキャベツ。
Cabbage. If my memory serves me correctly, a farmer on the Miura Peninsula once gave me a little tip. It was, with cabbage you eat the first 8 layers. This means that the taste and texture are best if you choose only the outer 8 layers of the leaves, or that's what he said. The reason, of course, is the sun, which is the source of the cabbage's flavor, while it helps to do away with excess water content to get that crispy texture. Now let me repeat that once again. With cabbage, one eats the first 8 layers.
An Italian chef, his rising star eclipsed by tragedy, trying to make a comeback against Iron Chef Chen on the country's preeminent cooking stage. Challenger Yamada looking to reclaim himself. He has a chance to do that today. Bang the opening gong, and we are on. And Yamada, the first to be moving up to the ingredient stand, but Chen too, a little spring in his step as the men now examining and selecting from among the heads of cabbage up there. And Doc, today's theme, what should we be looking for in this battle?
Well, cabbage alone is not all that interesting, so you'll have to match it with meat or something else.
Okay.
But I like cabbage just boiled and with Dijon mustard on it.
Oh, yeah, that's good as well, yeah.
Boiling or steaming, right?
Yeah, and it's also nice with bacon strips on there, too.
Right.
Sure, you can do that. Now, look at Chen. He's onto it here. Just like Michiba-san, writing it out.
Yeah, I got the menu, I guess.
And some descriptions of his dishes right there.
Do I see the word cherry in there?
Is this actually his menu?
Well, no, I think this is just a list of ingredients.
It's like a shopping list or something.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, maybe the instructions for cooking as well, though.
But cherries on its own, that doesn't tell you anything.
That's true.
All right. Anyway, both men fully engaged from the get-go, and here's Yamada taking the cabbage leaves from the pot and icing them down.
Yeah, working on the color there.
Well, how do you do that?
If you dip it in cold water after lightly boiling them, the green color will stay. It'll be maintained.
All right, interesting.
Right.
Fukusan,
Floor reporter Ota, go ahead.
let me give you the list of ingredients that the challenger has chosen to start with. Clams, scallops, tilefish, which is a type of snapper, fennel, foie gras, and 30 cherry tomatoes.
All right, thanks. And there they are, all those ingredients quickly assembled.
Yeah, definite plan for him now.
Game plan being fully employed early on. And
Here we go, tabanjan.
hot bean paste.
You know, one question, is cabbage normally used in everyday recipes in Italy?
I don't believe so, no.
But it's used a lot in Chinese cooking, right?
Yeah, a lot of cabbage dishes in Chinese food, you're right.
Right, stir-fried
Yes.
and
Yeah, with pork and miso.
miso, yes,
Hey,
right.
now, what's he got here?
Oh, that's celery root, or celery have in French.
What?
Hey, I used this in my battle. Weren't you guys watching when I did this?
That's right, yeah.
This goes well with truffles.
Hey, your battle's over. Okay? But this looks bitter.
Well, if you have it raw, it is, but if you boil it, it's nice.
Okay, wow, the flames of Chinese cooking, the wok fired up by Chen. And, you know, when you think of Chinese cuisine and cabbage, one of the dishes that comes to mind has to be stir-fried pork and cabbage, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you're on the right track there. That's one of the most basic recipes.
Okay, now back with Yamada. And
Oh, some rice?
Oh, buttered rice.
Yeah,
Buttered rice.
exactly. Yeah, that means he's planning to make a risotto.
Oh, yes, right.
okay, so make a risotto and then top it with something. That's a possibility.
Yeah, and if you see there, that's saffron. Saffron in
Oh,
there.
yes.
You know, the color, the yellow color there.
Oh, yes,
Okay.
it's bright yellow.
And now back with Chen and ladling in some sauce. Yes.
Yeah, I have here in front of me what the Iron Chef has added to this wok so far. Hot bean paste, tomatoes, ito yori, ginger, and garlic. Back to you.
Oh, now
What's
what?
this ito yori?
Yes.
It's a type of fish.
Fish.
Yeah, it's roget in French. It's actually red mullet is what we'd call it in English. It's bright pink in color, just like red snapper almost, and it has a yellow line running along its side.
Impressive,
wow.
Doc. You are the walking and talking dictionary of food, you know?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
All right, and take a look at that one. Cooking away on Chen's
15
side. And
minutes
15
have
minutes
elapsed.
gone, and as of yet, nothing they've shown us that would suggest the final dishes they'll deliver.
Oh, right. I can't imagine what he's going to do.
Challenger Yamada's side, what do they have? The celery root there?
Yeah, celery have.
French class today?
Okay, sorry, celery roots. That better?
All right, and there they are being boiled in milk, and that should soften them up. I guess that's the idea there.
Exactly. I think this would probably be for puree.
Puree, you say?
Yeah.
All right, now would the puree be used as a sauce for another dish, perhaps?
Could be, but it could also be a garnish for something as well.
All right, we shall see. And now adding something here.
Oh, yes, I caught
What was
that,
that?
too.
Yamada.
Maybe some flour? Is that?
Flour. Was it pasta maybe?
No, I don't think
Just
so.
flour?
Isn't it
Okay.
soba?
Oh, buckwheat. Buckwheat
Soba.
flour.
Fukusan.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
I just received word that he will be, and I'm talking about the challenger here, he'll be using a pasta machine.
Pasta machine.
Okay, so there it is right there, the pasta roller.
Okay,
Wow.
Yamada, Italian chef, pasta, right on his game.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
And watching Yamada work, I have to say he has so far been very organized and efficient with his moves around the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, I think so too. Look at him.
Very speedy, getting the ingredients together and quickly cooking.
Yeah, well, let me add to that. Whenever I go to his restaurant, he always cooks one serving at a time.
Really?
Yeah, I went into the kitchen once and just watched, and he never takes shortcuts. He puts his heart and soul into the dishes.
Okay.
And that's what we're seeing here today.
Yes, definitely. And also looking on and seeing that today from their perch in the royal box are his daughter Yayoi and Chef Kitami, who worked with him before.
Oh, yeah, from Basta Pasta.
Right, and Chef Kitami has battled here.
Right.
And now over to the Iron Chef side, the chicken's been broken out and is being chopped up by Chen. And we also did see some pork nearby, so he'll likely be combining these two meats with cabbage.
I believe you're right.
And some heavy-duty chopping right there from the iron. Oh, there goes a leg piece flying.
Check that out. That was cool.
All right, this is on the challenger side now.
Oh, foie gras.
Yes.
Foie gras.
Okay.
Yeah, very fresh, too, by the looks of it.
Big one.
Now, how will he combine foie gras with cabbage?
I think I can probably answer that. I'm almost sure what he'll be doing is wrapping the foie gras with cabbage.
Oh, right.
And then he would, I imagine, probably steam the whole thing. That's going to be my bet right now.
Foie gras in cabbage.
Exactly.
All right.
Fukusan!
Take it, Ota.
Yeah, I spoke with the Iron Chef for a moment and asked him how many dishes he's thinking about shooting for today, and he said if I have time, I'm going to try for 4, but I might have to settle for 3.
All right, 3, maybe 4. One will have chicken, one will have pork, and still chopping up that bird. And we saw him with the sauce in the wok. No idea yet how that'll be used. And there's some of that bird still. Now back with Yamada, and he's laying the cabbage leaves flat right here.
So this is the stuff that he boiled when he started, right?
Maybe he'll wrap with these.
Oh, yeah, wrapping, right.
And maybe with the foie gras,
That would be a very good bet, yeah.
as you suggested earlier.
I think so. I mean, I could be wrong. Takata-san, what do you think?
Come on, take a shot.
Well,
Yeah, isn't an answer. Come on.
well, at first I thought he'd roll it up with seafood, like clams or something like that.
Right, that was your first guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, you see? I told
He
you
has
it is
scallops there.
seafood.
Okay.
Right, I was right. But I see foie gras next to
Maybe
them,
he
too.
could use both.
Well, maybe both layering and wrapping.
Too wild?
I can't imagine.
Well, in Kitchen Stadium, you never know what's going to happen.
Putting together meat and seafood, though?
Well, could be, and we'll find out in a matter of moments which way he goes.
Well, at first I thought he'd roll up seafood like clams.
Oh, yeah, that was your first guess. Okay.
Yeah, right. Let's see. Oh, you see?
Hey,
you see?
he
I
has
told
scallops.
you.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
But I see foie gras
Maybe
next
he
to them,
could
too.
use both. Would that be too wild?
Well, maybe both layering and wrapping. I can't imagine.
Well, in Kitchen Stadium, you never know what's going to happen.
But putting meat and seafood together, though?
Okay, well, could be a matter of moments before we find out which way he goes. And now let's get back over to Chen's side and what's going down here.
Oh, he put that on top of the chicken.
Okay, chicken below.
So I think he'll be steaming this.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And underneath is chicken.
Chicken meat, right?
Okay, and hey, he passed the steamer, though. Didn't stop there.
He's looking for the soup, I think. Some soup to be poured into it.
And then steam it.
I think so, yeah.
All right.
Look at the challenger. He's got his foie gras also.
Yes, which he's,
Oh, kind of battering it.
doing?
It looks
so
like.
no cabbage wrap.
Well, this would be for pan frying or something.
Okay, a fry job first.
So after that, then he would put it on the cabbage.
Fry it and then onto the cabbage.
Right.
Okay, you sure about that one?
Well, I'm kind of, sort of, pretty sure about that.
All right. Okay, we'll see about that. And he has moved over to the stove now and laying the scallops down.
Oh, wait a minute. So he'll be doing scallops as well.
Scallops will be fried.
So he's working on 2 separate dishes at the same time?
So to make different items, like separate dishes.
Okay, that's the foie gras. He's starting to fry that up. Now back with the Iron Chef.
Got some prawns there.
Prawns and
what's he
cabbage
doing?
and anything else?
That's all I can see. Just prawns and cabbage.
Oh, my
Okay,
goodness.
may add something later.
Probably will be, yeah.
Okay, and probably a dumpling on the way, I'd guess.
Oh, okay.
could be.
That's an option. Yeah.
Fukusan?
Could be shumai or something.
Okay, Ota, go ahead.
Yeah, the reason that you didn't notice any other ingredients in the blender that you're seeing is that there is nothing else. He's combined cabbage and unshelled prawns with egg whites, and that's about it.
Nothing else.
So far.
Okay, cabbage and prawns, only those 2.
Yeah.
And they are tied together by the egg white. And now
Oh, look.
Yamada's foie gras,
Yeah, just as we said.
wrapping it in cabbage.
All right, we called that one.
You're just so good.
Well, yeah.
No, I said scallops. I said the scallops would be wrapped, right?
Okay, half right.
Okay, well, he'll be doing that too.
Oh, but really together?
Well, maybe not in one, but...
Okay, hey,
Hang on.
take a look.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
you see, he is
Double
putting it
decking.
together. So
All
my
right.
guess was right. My guess plus stocks needed a perfect answer. Oh, good. I'm relieved. I didn't win, but I didn't win. I didn't lose
You're
either.
even now,
I
okay?
didn't think you'd slap them
Okay.
together.
All right,
but,
now what's Chen up to here?
Cherries.
Cherries? Oh, yeah,
No.
cherries, right. No, yes, they are.
Cherries. Yeah, pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, they definitely are. Look at those.
Okay, you're right.
And they've been coated, and now here is...
It looks like a dim sum piece there.
And is the cherry in there?
Oh, no, I think this is minced, some
Okay.
minced item.
the minced thing.
The combo of prawns and cabbage from the food processor, right?
Yeah, I think so. Usually that's steamed at restaurants.
With egg white in there, too.
And there's also something else going on.
But those cherries, now, what's he going to do with those?
I really want to know myself. Yeah, sure.
It's bugging all of us.
Oh, wait. Oh, he's pouring it in here.
Look,
There
it's
it
in the
is.
center. He's putting it in the
Oh,
center.
this is the answer here.
I have no idea what this is going to taste like.
Inside
we
a
need it.
cherry, outside minced cabbage, and
Minced prawns
Cabbage
in
and
there
prawns.
as well.
Cabbage
yeah,
and
yeah.
prawns.
Yeah.
Right.
possibly a dessert?
No, not a dessert.
Okay, I'll take your word for that.
I think this is probably a dim sum piece.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe it's cherry dim sum dumpling.
That could be.
Is there something like that?
No, I just made that one up.
30 minutes
I
have
thought you were going to be
elapsed.
serious today. 30 minutes gone, 30 minutes left in the battle. It's been a rather intriguing affair so far. The Iron Chef with the mysterious dim sum dumpling with the cherry in the middle. Certainly want to find out how the tasters react to that.
Caviar.
Cabbage
Yes,
and caviar. Okay,
indeed.
this is very strange.
Cabbage and caviar.
Well, I
But-
think he's going to put it in a salad. It's going to make a salad.
And
great
mixing it in
imagination,
the
though.
shredded cabbage there.
Yeah, okay.
Salad makes sense.
Lovely.
Yeah, it does.
Caviar and cabbage salad, and now back with Yamada.
Oh, wait a minute. He's going to be cooking this further.
Cubes
then.
of butter on top.
Didn't think he'd be doing this.
Okay, now recap. The inside is
Okay, foie gras.
yes, with
Yeah.
scallops, and now into the oven.
Oh, he's grilling it in the oven.
Okay, that makes
Okay,
sense.
so these are going to get roasted.
Okay, so I was wrong then. Sorry about that.
Okay, well, meantime, now Iron Chef's side really pounding it in there.
Yeah,
my
this is like a
goodness.
shumai he's making.
Oh, yes, I see. He's using the cabbage leaves instead of shumai skin.
Exactly.
I think.
Now, what do you know?
And cabbage in French happens to be choux, so shumai is shumai after all. So,
Okay, and
Right.
laying it in there.
yeah.
Cabbage shumai, yes.
Nicely packaged, too. Iron Chef Chen, creative use of the theme ingredient. And now on Yamada's side, his board, he's got a set of leaves spread out
Oh,
there.
yeah, he's done that again.
Another wrap job?
Could be, or maybe a soba? No?
No, fish. That's
Oh,
fish.
the red mullet.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a fish. Mhm.
sprinkled with salt, and now how it'll be cooked is
Steamed after wrapping it with cabbage, I imagine. That's,
all right.
That's going to be my guess anyway.
okay.
Oh, but that's almost the same. That's not very interesting.
Well, sorry.
I mean, it's too similar, right?
Okay, well, another cabbage roll.
Yeah, it looks like.
Kuzan,
Yes, Ota.
I asked the challenger how today's theme ingredient cabbage is working out for him, and he said, I actually use this quite a bit. So then I asked him how many dishes he's prepared, and he confidently answered 4.
Shooting for 4.
Yes, that's right.
All right, good. And now here's the fish in the cabbage.
So, one for steaming then?
Oh,
right
that's
here?
so pretty.
This here on the Iron Chef side. Looking wonderful. The overall color scheme and its shape.
Now, if we can check out the challenger, you see right here? You got some truffles.
Yes, truffles.
Going
right.
with the prime stuff here.
So, trying to just encapsulate the aroma of the truffles in this whole package.
Okay, now
Yeah.
back with Chen.
And
Oh, they're the cherries we were talking about,
yes.
right?
It's already been steamed?
Lightly dipped into hot water, I believe.
All right, and Chen scurrying over. And
Oh, he's got the pasta machine going
20
now.
minutes to
Yamada
go.
pasta being rolled out. Less than 20 minutes to go now. And any idea what the dough's made of?
Yeah, that one's easy. That's the buckwheat flour and then some strong flour
Okay,
mixed in.
soba and flour, and with that pairing, it'll taste a bit different from your regular everyday pasta.
Right, and that yellowish color you notice is from egg yolk.
Okay, and that now the sheet that is really stretching out.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
But you know, pasta's fine. But how does cabbage get into the game with this one?
That's
How about it? What do you do?
That's a good
Wonder.
point. He may not actually serve it like a pasta.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe he'll use it as a wrapping again, or no.
It looks
no.
like he's making fettuccine.
Yes,
Yep,
fettuccine.
fettuccine
right.
noodles, and still, how do you
Kazan.
pair with cabbage? Yes, go ahead.
The Iron Chef had a huge bowl over here with boiled chicken, a half a head of cabbage, and soup in it, and I was just informed that he has put the whole thing as is into the steamer, including the bowl.
All right, thanks, Ota.
My goodness.
Wow.
Oh, I was watching him doing this.
Oh, really?
Before. 15 minutes
15 minutes
to go.
left, and here on the challenger side,
Risotto.
began as buttered rice.
Oh, that looks yummy.
And yes, you can see the saffron in there, and
Right.
now we just want to know what he'll do with this.
You might combine it with something else.
Okay, now the Iron Chef, a deep fry swirl in progress here,
This is the dumpling with the cherry inside,
and it's getting
right?
the fry treatment after all.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, frying it.
Now back to Yamada.
There's the pasta.
And his fettuccine noodles up close and personal there. And after these are done, we'll see how Yamada incorporates the theme ingredient with them. Hiromi Yamada starting to work up a good sweat here in the last 15 minutes of this battle. Game face on. All right, back to Yamada.
Okay.
His fettuccine noodles up close and personal there, and after these are done, we'll see how Yamada incorporates the theme ingredient with them. Hiromi Yamada starting to work up a good sweat here in the last 15 minutes of this battle. Game face on.
He's really looking like a pro, isn't he?
Yes,
Yeah.
and the tension building as we enter the fourth quarter of the battle. A man who's had tragedy befall him, struggling to reclaim himself. On the other side, the Iron Chef Chinese, well, I'm sure he has empathy for what his opponent's been through. There can be no sympathy extended here on the cooking field. Both men doing their best. Let the chips fall where they will. And Doc, what about the pasta and risotto?
Well, he has to combine cabbage with those somehow to clear the theme, so
I'm sure he's got a plan.
you'd think.
Now, is this getting overcooked? Whoa!
Really? Whoa.
Okay.
Now, risotto's supposed to be like this?
Well, it's something like a risotto omelet, maybe.
What's that?
He
What was
could be-
underneath
He
there?
could be creating a galette here.
And a galette is...
It's something round fried in a pan.
Yeah, it's like a
so-
round cake, like a confection.
Okay, now here's a replay of that flip job by Yamada.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa, that was amazing.
Caught it all. And the bottom part, now on top, cooked very well.
And he charred the rice on one side intentionally, I believe. I think he wants it a bit on the hard side. And it tells you that this guy isn't ordinary.
The rice,
Yeah.
okay, charred.
Because some cooks make mistakes and char them, but this guy does it on
A
purpose.
controlled burn here, deliberately charring the surface of the risotto.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
So it looks like, oh, look, there's the pasta,
Pasta,
coming out.
it's about to
right?
be finished here. Now, would he possibly put this one on the top of the risotto?
You mean,
You mean pasta and risotto?
you mean cabbage and risotto, right?
Okay, I'm not too sure what I mean.
Not yet. I'm not sure what's
All right,
going on.
well, here it is.
Oh,
So
yes.
this was done before, though, right?
There's the cabbage in this. Yeah, there's
No, but
cabbage.
if you remember, he was cooking cabbage with bacon.
Right.
Oh, yes, with bacon and onions.
Okay, but this one here also has long onions and bacon only, I can make out.
Well, that's what you see here, yeah.
And he
Okay.
added the cabbage to that,
yeah,
right?
okay, there is cabbage in there.
Okay.
Okay, so one dish would be finished
5
then,
minutes to go.
And now 5 minutes left.
right? And the risotto doesn't have any cabbage in it, right?
No, not yet. As Chen returns from the fridge there. On the challenger side, the plates, the wrap job, I think, with foie gras and scallops.
Perhaps this is a garnish for that? Or?
But just by itself is a bit plain, though.
And we heard that in the beginning that the challenger had 30 mini tomatoes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes, good recall.
Yeah, great memory as usual.
The Tokyo UIQ.
But so where did they go, those tomatoes?
Iron memory, Mayuko Takata.
Oh, quit teasing me.
Oh, wait a minute. Here it is.
Okay, these?
Oh,
He's peeled the
okay.
tomatoes.
Right. Oh,
Okay,
that's
now,
what it is.
To add color to the dish.
Think so, yeah.
Okay, now Iron Chef's side, he's on to the finishing touches of this one. And both chefs now working on presentation, decoration of their dishes. We are definitely in the home stretch.
Yeah, and this is the very first one the Iron Chef worked on, the one with the hot bean
and
sauce.
completing it.
So how was the cabbage done?
Steam.
And the hot bean paste added to the sauce, right?
Okay.
Okay, so it'll be just a tad spicy. And now check it out.
Oh, look at this.
Yamada's got it on top of the risotto.
On top,
Oh, how
okay.
exquisite.
Now it all comes clear. So this is like serving two recipes for one dish.
Wow,
Right.
what a statement there. Challenger Yamada, an intensive effort on that one. And back with the Iron Chef, another touch up there. He's finishing up, and now with Yamada, another one nearing completion with the addition of this mixture.
That looks good.
It's amazing.
And the tomatoes,
Oh, there are
yes,
the
part of the sauce
tomatoes.
right there.
3
The color
minutes
is
to go.
contrasting nicely now. 3 minutes left.
And is this the one with the fish?
Yeah, the fish and the truffles.
And both chefs now have taken the battle to the presentation stage.
Just gorgeous.
Then this challenger is very
This
good.
dish is very impressive.
But you know, we shouldn't have accused him of using two similar approaches. I don't think he did. We should apologize for that.
Well, this guy's far beyond what we've been guessing.
Coming clean now, huh?
Yeah,
All right.
well, I have to, yeah.
Yamada finishes up that one. The Iron Chef still adding something. His wok fired up again for this one, I think, with the cherries inside.
Yeah, and fried. He used hot bean paste in this to give it a Szechuan kick.
Okay, so a Szechuan touch to bring it home.
Yeah.
His trademark, had to expect it. By the Iron Chef Chinese, Chen Kenichi.
Okay.
And now back on Yamada's side.
Oh, he has raw ham underneath this.
Right, a ham.
Man
Italian ham.
alive, this is looking good. And sprinkle a little
Wow.
cheese on it.
This looks scrumptious, yeah, and with the cheese. And it looks pretty, too,
It
doesn't
would be
Yeah?
normally an appetizer.
Right.
So,
Appetizer that's looking appetizing as does this one by Chen.
yeah, definitely.
Oh, right. Oh, he has been working on this, hasn't he? Look
Bold
at
colors right there and a great layout. I tell you, both chefs seem to be bringing out the best in each other. This has been an inspiring battle so far. And now Chen's cabbage wrapped shumai appears from the
1
midst
minute
of the
to
steamer.
go.
A minute to go, the final 60 seconds of a 60-minute battle, which finds this man, Challenger Yamada, completely in his element, concentrating to the max, locked in a cabbage battle with Iron Chef Chinese Chen. And now a close-up here of Chen's cabbage-wrapped shumai. High-caliber talents on both sides of the kitchen today.
Oh, definitely. It's very high caliber. And, you know, in Italy, they use white truffles usually instead.
Oh, look, there's the caviar.
Oh, even caviar is
30
added.
seconds
Here at the
to go.
end, dipping into the caviar for a delectable-looking delight. This one's turning out to be Yamada's daughter Yayoi, former colleague Chef Kitami. They've got to be impressed. We all are with the way Yamada's
definitely.
handled himself today, and with the precision he's carried out his
15
cooking
seconds
up
to go.
against Chen. And look at that one, the Iron Chef's chicken and cabbage and
10
soup.
seconds
A
to go.
mouth-watering creation, that is. Yayoi straining for a closer
5
look at her
seconds.
father as the final
3,
seconds are ticking
2,
down in this
1.
battle, and yes, that's it. He backs away, all smiles. The cabbage battle is over.
How do you feel after doing battle for 60 minutes?
Well, it was much shorter than I thought.
Okay, and how did your dishes turn out?
I don't even know what I cooked, really.
I see. How are the dishes you prepared today?
Well, as I always say, I just do my best, so it depends on how I do, but I gave it my best today, too.
In the beginning, you said you thought you were behind.
You guys always rush me to do things. I'm always panicky in the beginning. Not good for your heart. I'm pumped up.
Challenger Yamada is offering 4 dishes. First, cabbage and anchovy fondue. Uncooked cabbage is dipped into a creamy anchovy sauce. The crispy and sweet cabbage is accentuated by the saltiness of the sauce. Second, soba pasta, cabbage and truffles flavor. Pasta made from buckwheat flour. The clam bouillon sauce and truffles match well with the cabbage and pasta. Steamed tilefish and celeriac, a great way to enjoy the texture of cabbage. A touch of balsamic vinegar gives a sour twist to the sauce. And grilled foie gras and scallops and cabbage, a true masterpiece demonstrating his high caliber. The slightly charred risotto further accentuates the sweetness of the grilled cabbage. Iron Chef Chen has a set of 4. First, cabbage appetizer with spicy sauce. It's served cold with the Szechuan hot sauce. The crispiness of the cold cabbage and the heated hot bean sauce should be an eye-opening experience for the tasters. Second, chicken and cabbage soup. A considerable amount of time was spent stewing a whole chicken for the soup. The flavor of the chicken has penetrated to the core of the cabbage, enhancing its natural sweetness. Stir-fried cabbage and cherries, dim sum style, a cherry inside the minced prawn and cabbage. And last, steamed cabbage dumpling with minced pork balls rolled up in cabbage. A tragic accident and a once promising chef's career takes a detour, but try to come back he must. Today's challenger, Hiromi Yamada. His comeback begins in a battle against Iron Chef Chinese Chen Kenichi. Respecting the challenger's core, Chairman Kaga unveils a seasonal vegetable with a core of its own, cabbage, the theme ingredient. Working efficiently, creatively, Yamada polishes off a set of 4 dishes. Having to raise his game to the level of the opposition, the Iron Chef finishes for himself. And now the moment of truth, tasting and judgment. On the panel today for the Cabbage Battle are former Lower House member Shinichiro Kurimoto, actress Mayuko Takata, and Rosanjin scholar Masaaki Hirano. First, the dishes of Challenger Yamada.
I use different techniques. Some are softer by steaming. Others are stewed. I also have some sautéed aromatic dishes. Variety was my goal.
Good.
Very good. The sauce is just marvelous.
The sauce is the key because it brings out the sweetness of the cabbage, I think.
I feel a nice touch of saltiness in this dish, and also, in a positive sense, the energy of the soil where this cabbage came from.
Normally, when you boil cabbage, the natural flavor can be easily erased. I don't see that happening here. And it goes very well with the pasta, as can be expected when it is made by a master like you.
Thank you.
Good.
It feels like the cabbage is still alive.
Yes, it's very
That's
vibrant.
great by itself.
At first it looks like it's just rolled, but, you know, the texture, I really experienced the texture of the cabbage itself.
Yeah, you say, hey, I'm eating cabbage.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. It's great.
I think it's the way he boiled it. He did it very quickly.
Right.
That's right.
Not to spoil the cabbage, in order to preserve the natural texture of the cabbage. I think this was the key.
Thank you very much.
The scallops, risotto, and meat, they're all very well balanced. I think it's best eaten together here. And it's kind of like a coalition government trying to convince the Socialist Party to stay with the coalition to maintain the flavor of reform. That's just what came to mind here.
When eating his dishes as a full-course dinner, some of his dishes clashed with the others. But as individual dishes, they were absolutely wonderful. Really delicious.
Thank you.
And now up, the dishes of Iron Chef Chen.
Today's cabbage was just newly harvested, so I didn't want to lose the natural flavor. So I calculated that into what I was doing in my dishes today, to keep that flavor, you see?
The cabbage is so appealing. And this cold one here, really, I like it a lot.
This reconfirms that the temperature of the food, when served, is critical. It's a thick taste, but by chilling the cabbage, it's made to feel actually quite subtle when you are tasting it. Very good.
And now Chen will serve his chicken and cabbage soup.
When the bowl was served, I got this nice whiff of chicken consomme. And then, after tasting it, the sweetness of the cabbage danced in my mouth, matching very nicely with the soup. Yes.
The center, or the core of the cabbage, I don't know how I can put this. It's cooked just right, maintaining just this perfect texture. This is so good. Magnificent.
The flavor of the cabbage is maximized and enhanced here.
The cherries are the focus in this dish,
Yes.
but I would have enjoyed it even without the cherries.
Oh, really? To me, this wasn't so appealing. I really couldn't recognize what the cabbage was doing in this one. However, it did teach me about Chinese food and even more so the culture.
I agree. The last dish was, the herbs in the center were overpowering, killing the cabbage flavor.
This is a masterpiece. The finish is so soft.
Both the chef's dishes were so good. I mean it. But truthfully speaking, the one that surprised me was the Italian chef. While Chen-san's reminded me of natural flavor of the cabbage, well, it doesn't change the fact that it's a tough call.
Both chefs were wonderful. Really good, I think.
The panel ponders, but they'll have wrapped up the verdict by the time we return.
かつてオープンキッチンで 見せてくれたあの技は、たとえ空白の時間があっても決して色あせてはいませんでした。むしろ料理を追求するというその真摯な姿勢に今日は心を打たれました。山田さん、どうぞこれからも頑張ってください。それでは発表します。
Today, a man taking a big step forward in a comeback effort to try to get back to where he once was. Challenger Yamada, with family and friends supporting him. Wonderful dishes. It was moving. But make note, sympathy plays no role in verdicts here. The Iron Chef having to elevate against a highly skilled opponent. Who takes it? Whose cuisine reigns supreme?
挑戦者山田博美
Yamada wins it! Unbelievable! Beating Iron Chef Chen! And the Iron Chef over, offering congratulations. What an awesome battle today, and what a display by both men. But it is Yamada. Maybe his spirit coming through in the cabbage dishes he presented, just enough to do the job for him. Chef Hiromi Yamada, his comeback, the first step is successful. We'll be watching the rest of the way.